Доброго ранку.
Good morning. Today we have a press conference. The topic is Ukrainian startups for united local communities in Ukrainian regions, and we are glad to present results of DOBRE program that is supported by USAID and global communities, and also supported by SocialBoost Ukraine. And the first speaker is Barry Reed, DOBRE program manager in Ukraine, and I will help in communication.
On behalf of the DOBRE program and global communities and USAID, I'm delighted to be here this morning.
Доброго ранку. Дякую USAID та програмі DOBRE і радий вас бачити сьогодні вранці.
The goal of the DOBRE program is to support the decentralization process and the formation and success of the newly amalgamated territorial Hromadas.
Завданням програми DOBRE є допомога реформи децентралізації, а також допомога об'єднаним громадам в їх становленні в українських регіонах.
And in this process in Ukraine, there's a unique opportunity as it relates to IT development.
І в цьому процесі в Україні є унікальна можливість для напрацювань у сфері IT.
So Ukraine has a very growing and sophisticated IT environment, and lots of people who are involved in the creation of IT instruments, but also in an ever-expanding number of users of the IT.
В Україні надзвичайно високий IT-потенціал та велика кількість людей, які здатні створювати нові IT-інструменти для абсолютно різних цілей.
And at the same time, the new amalgamated communities have needs to reach out to citizens, provide services, communicate with their communities. And so we saw a great opportunity to bring these two concepts together.
У той самий час в об'єднаних громад є завдання, яке пов'язано з комунікацією з громадянами, підвищення рівня якості і надання нових сервісів. І ми вирішили в проєкті DOBRE поєднати IT-потенціал, а також ці потреби нових громад для того, щоб створити нову концепцію.
So the idea and the reason why we're here today is to look at this marriage of the IT community and the newly amalgamated communities, and how can communities use IT to improve their performance, improve their communication, improve their services, and reach out more effectively and engage with communities.
Мета нашого виступу тут сьогодні – це розібратися з тим, як саме об'єднані громади можуть використовувати IT-інструменти для того, щоб підвищити власну ефективність, почати краще комунікувати з громадянами, а також надавати нові послуги.
So we're really excited to be a part of this effort to explore this opportunity for both communities, citizens, local governments, but also the IT community. And so we're excited today to be able to see the range of IT products that can be used to try and improve local governance in Ukraine.
Ми дуже натхнені самою ідеєю використання IT українськими об'єднаними громадами, і нам здається дуже перспективною сама ідея використання IT-інструментів громадами для того, щоб побудувати нові сервіси, і ми вражені рівнем досягнень і кількістю продуктів та сервісів, які вже існують на українському ринку.
And so we look forward to spending the next 4 years working with our amalgamated communities and trying to find ways to build their capacity to be able to use IT more effectively on a day-to-day level in their jobs, in their communities.
Ми наступні 4 роки витратимо на те, щоб побудувати ефективне використання IT-інструментів в об'єднаних громадах і зробити так, щоб IT-технології впливали також на щоденну роботу об'єднаних громад і на підвищення їхньої ефективності кожного дня.
And so with that overall summary and background for why we're here, I want to turn it over then to Dennis to then talk more specifically about what's happening.
Для того, щоб піти в деталі, я хотів би передати слово Денису, і щоб ми розібралися з тим, що саме відбувається в громадах на цю тему. Я хотів би представитися. Мене звати Денис Гурський.
I am Denis Gursky, and I'm head of the NGO SocialBoost and co-founder of Open Data Incubator. And we have been cooperating closely with communities. We provided information to people about Open Data Incubator 1991. We've done it in Dnipro and Ivano-Frankivsk, and 2 cities were selected. And this is not a coincidence. DOBRE project functions in several oblasts of Ukraine, and Dnipro and Ivano-Frankivsk included. And these are the centers of concentration of East and West initiatives, and they are included into DOBRE program. And in Dnipro and Ivano-Frankivsk, there are offices. Moreover, in October last year, 1991 opened a representative office of incubator office in Ivano-Frankivsk and Dnipro in order to start the work with communities. And this time we worked on with IT communities in these regions, and also we created several projects, more than 10, that work exclusively with communities. And IT communities and programmers applied to incubator, and these teams worked with mentors and with local experts and experts from Kiev in order to improve their projects, in order to start pilot projects, and to work on the technical component, and to staff their teams. And at this moment, we plan to reformat the work with the communities. And now we see the lack of a standard approach to IT instruments and the use of IT technologies. Each community, depending on the level of their development and material support, they use technologies and they do not have proper standards. And we want to standardize approach to IT services and IT instruments that are used by communities, in order that the same product would be tested in several communities, then to spread it throughout other communities. And for this, we should create standards and also new IT instrument, a platform on which these services will be created. Second, Ukrainian programmers and startup communities, they are extremely talented, but the problem communities face is that this community lack in understanding, they lack the knowledge of needs of the community. In the majority of cases, these are people who are professionals, and they have a high level of education, but they do not clearly understand the needs of society. And we should use design of thinking concept, and we will work with the communities in order to develop a concept of IT solutions that they need, and we will find the agreement among communities that are in the DOBRE program to test these solutions in several communities, and then to spread it in other communities, even outside DOBRE program. Standardization will allow to do this. And also we will develop these services and new IT solutions. And also in DOBRE project, we will elaborate these solutions. The team of programmers, volunteers who will join the development, they will participate in developing of the code and solution, and make it available for the use, test use in communities. And thus we will have tested solutions, and with the consent of all stakeholders, all the communities, we will provide it to other communities. And this, we should clearly understand the needs of communities, and we should be able to address them. And we hope that in this way, in 4 years, we will reach this gap and will cover 80% of solutions, and we will provide them to the communities. And we were glad to work with DOBRE project, and we are thankful to USAID and for this pilot stage. And we were able to understand how communities function and what IT solutions are needed. And now we go to the next stage, and we will work more on solution of specific problems. And the stage, I believe it will be a little bit different, and it will provide opportunity to communities to get more results from IT solutions. And communities, they will work with the programmers, but they should be ready to administer the services they will get in their hands. So this will be tested throughout several years, and the design of thinking that was tested in universities of the world and in IT companies, it will show its efficiency in Ukrainian communities, and we will provide good results in a year. So now I would like to give the floor to Evheniia. She is executive director of the 1991 Open Data Incubator, and she also has experience of working with projects in Ivano-Frankivsk, and Evheniia shares the results of work of the 1991 Open Data Incubator and its cooperation with DOBRE project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This was a challenge when regional offices are open, and this was the first selection. 2 incubator programs have been completed. Over 100 projects submitted applications. Those projects were selected on the basis of competition. The concept was 3 months long. Whereas 3 months long, this is a cycle, project cycles in which mentors and professionals help us. Before this selection process. Facilitation sessions had been conducted in both cities to understand the scope of problems and main topics of interest in the regions. For the projects which were selected later, they should be both efficient and practically used in the regions. The problems and topics in Ivano-Frankivsk and Dnipro were energy efficiency, ecology, and projects of road infrastructure, and tourist sector, especially in Ivano-Frankivsk. This variability of projects, despite of this their number, does not divide them just for fun. Their projects involved. They were completed in the regions, but then they were replicated to the whole regions. 5 projects are being implemented. They cover also Khmelnytsk region in the west of Ukraine and Ternopil region as well. These projects, you will see the presentations of them a little bit later. And of course, they have not been created just for regional level. They will be scaled up to cover the whole territory of Ukraine. Now you see infographics for Dnipro and Ivano-Frankivsk projects which have been completed. We are working with them. Here you see the number of projects on the screen. We have been reformatting the program, but this project, they will continue. They will serve as a basis of this new format and will become the basis, which will serve as an example for the whole territory of Ukraine. With all participants, our partners, we maintain contacts, we continue consulting them and continue working with them via assistance and for scaling up them to the whole territory of Ukraine. In Ivano-Frankivsk and Dnipro, not only communities are involved in the project, but also IT communities of those cities and regions, and they want to help all over Ukraine. These people, these communities, they will be engaged in the further years in our projects. As a moderator, I would like to ask several questions to speakers. First, to structurize the projects which have already been launched in Ivano-Frankivsk and Dnipro. I would like to say that there are several categories of projects. First is the projects which are continuation of the reforms initiated at the national level. For example, reform of firefighting service. This reform envisage reduction of the staff of firefighting service towards engaging more volunteers, and also relevant education provision and giving them powers to be engaged in this situation of fire extinguishing. This topic has been evolving in Ukraine, and the Dnipro project is named Firefighter. This is an IT tool which is provided to all volunteers working inside this reform and will be engaged further in order to communicate information to them, how to use various means in firefighting. This is one category. And other category, local projects, which are hardly scalable, but they are addressing the needs of the regions, specific regions. This third category, the projects initiated by administration, not communities. They concern communication between cities and communities, for example. This is a little bit administrative tool, kind of administrative tool, and they are related to in-house use more. I would like to ask Evheniia, do you have some favorites, the projects you like most of all? Can you give us some examples of projects? Of course, I have some favorites, but it's my subjective opinion. I will better say about the implemented solutions which are being scaling up all over Ukraine. One of the projects related to, it was the first incubation in Ivano-Frankivsk. One of the projects is Municipal Data Center. This is the basic platform uniting call center and tracing using the map and building certificates, performance certificates, in which body is responsible for which facility on site. This way we made data traceable, and also we could see now the violations. If they are present, we can address relevant services seeking correction of violations. And other project have good prospects. It is in Vestajit. You can see it on the map and by regions. Investments in which companies functioning in the territory of Ukraine could be made. The project is aimed at attracting investments in regions and sectors of industry of Ukraine, and we can see which sector is better developing in which region. For example, agriculture is developing better in Kherson, and infrastructure projects are better implemented in the center of the country. On the map, you can see companies, their owners, and their sector. Denis told us about the project in Dnipro, firefighter project. Of course, it is in operation now as well, and it has social target as well, and it is very important. The project has rather good prospects for development and scaling up to the territory of Ukraine and to develop further. The second program, there is a young project which is devoted to processing of waste, recycling. It falls into energy efficiency and environment protection topics. It is very relevant for Ukraine, so this is just a bit of what we have already implemented. I have a question to Mr. Barry Reed. As a person who visited incubation projects in regions, and you saw how it is being developed at the regional level, this is very important. And could you share your impressions about the IT communities which you saw there? And on the other hand, can you tell us what region you like most, Dnipro or Ivano-Frankivsk?
Not answering that. I like them both. They're terrific regions. all of our oblasts.
Я не буду відповідати на останнє питання, бо мені сподобаються всі області, в яких ми працюємо.
You know, what was impressive was seeing the amount of talent that kind of came forward to really take a real critical look at some of the issues that communities face.
Це те, що дійсно справило враження, так це кількість залучених талантів, які прийшли на події та почали працювати над проектами.
I mean, the type of talent and interest and commitment and dedication that I saw from the IT community really validated, you know, what we thought in the beginning, that there was a way to take IT and make it more usable for communities.
І цей талант, власне, втрутився в процес щодо розробки IT-технологій, які почали впроваджуватися в об'єднаних громадах.
And it really didn't take long at the regional level when I was at one of the hackathons to kind of see all the potential for this project and for this activity.
І потенціал цих людей, він не довго чекав. І, власне, коли я був на одному з хакатонів в регіонах, то я побачив, як цей потенціал працює і як його можна побачити в роботі.
Yeah, and as example, I'll point to the same example that Dennis and Evheniia have also talked about, which is the firefighter app, which, as somebody who has a long history in local government, and volunteer fire departments are fairly common in the United States and many other countries, but this app and the ability to target the information flow and the response of this service, I mean, the potential is huge, particularly in rural areas like where we work in.
І я хотів би звернутися ще до тієї розробки, яку вже згадували. Це приклад Firefighter. І в Сполучених Штатах, звідки я родом, власне, дуже гарно працює волонтерський сервіс пожежної служби. І це дуже важливо розвивати таку ініціативу в Україні, особливо в віддалених регіонах, в яких нам в програмі «Добре» доводиться працювати.
And you know, I can say already that one of our communities has already expressed interest in working further with the firefighter concept and try to apply it in their community. So it's really exciting, and that's what we were looking for, and it's you know, a tangible benefit from this marriage of IT and the local governments here.
Дуже цікаво те, що інші спільноти, тобто об'єднані громади, почали висловлювати інтерес до цієї мобільної.
So this mobile application, and this is a good example of result, and the result that you can see and the introduction of which has been already started successfully. Thank you very much for your answer. And I would like to say that Dnipro and Ivano-Frankivsk regions are completely different, and the experience of work with them is absolutely different for us. And we would like to say that Ivano-Frankivsk as a region is developed if we consider the participation of community in life of the communities, and people that are more active, and people have the civil position, and they understand what can be done, and that's why there are a lot of people who participate in volunteer projects, and at the same time the work in Dnipro is really structured concerning the work of the teams, and the way to success of the project, we should build the proper structure for any project in Dnipro, because there is such an attitude of local communities that the activity should be more structured, and we should unite them to create new services, to create more mobile applications, and to unite them at one IT platform, and to create healthy sharing between different regions. And I believe that DOBRE as a project and communication platform is a good tool in order to unite all these activities. Thank you very much. Maybe there are some questions from the audience. The only question will be from me, Maria Yemitz, Ukraine Crisis Media Center. Now there are pilot projects in Ivano-Frankivsk and Dnipropetrovsk, and if there is success, what is the next region for pilot project? Who will be the next one? I believe that maybe Barry will tell us about it.
Well, and there's two answers to that. Oh, you want to?
Є дві відповіді на це питання.
The first answer is that the DOBRE program works in 7 oblasts, so we'll be able to immediately show the products that come out of this activity to the communities we work with in all 7 of those oblasts.
Програма «Добре» працює в 7 областях. Відповідно, ми зможемо продемонструвати результати роботи цих мобільних аплікацій або досягнень цих проєктів одразу на всі об'єднані громади, які існують, які розташовані в 7 областях та є учасниками програми «Добре».
But then the second part of the answer is that all of the activities are DOBRE, even though they happen in these 7 oblasts. We also want to expand out to show to communities in all around Ukraine in all of the oblasts.
З іншого боку, результати та досягнення програми «Добре» ми хотіли поширити на всі об'єднані громади, які знаходяться поза межами проєкту і поза межами 7 областей.
So as we find these IT solutions that work and we can show a good experience, then we can take that and show it on a broader platform to the rest of the local government community throughout Ukraine. And so that way we expand ideas from one location and we expand it out, cascade it out to the entire country. So that's the goal of DOBRE ultimately.
Ми будемо намагатися продемонструвати досягнення програми всім об'єднаним громадам для того, щоб вони почали використовувати цей досвід і ці напрацювання поза межами проєкту. Thank you.
So I would like to add that the program, DOBRE, is a pilot project. It doesn't include all amalgamated communities, and IT solutions that are created in this project, they will be freely used in any amalgamated community, both inside DOBRE program and outside this program. And the matter is, we should create successful solutions, and they should meet the needs of the amalgamated communities. And also we should stimulate demand, and the activity of communities are important. The communities should be active. Some of them, they did not identify in what way they plan to develop and in what way they will be organized. They didn't establish their needs concerning IT. And that's why these solutions will be proposed to everyone, and at the same time we will make an effort in order to promote these solutions to other communities. But there should be, of course, a demand from territorial communities that they should need these solutions. Thank you. If there are no other questions, thank you very much. Till the next time, goodbye. We thank our speakers for this press conference. Thank you.